Hi, I'm Kyle, and on this episode of the MWA podcast, Sean, Brian, Jeff, and I are asking Andy Jack the other 5 questions. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out Andy's interview on episode 600. Yes, that was episode 600 we recorded. We didn't even make a big deal out of it. But yeah, we're now on 601. So congratulations to us. So welcome back to the show, Andy.
Thanks for having me.
Love it, love it. So before we get to the 5 questions, let's dip our toes in the woodworking news. So just a couple of things. First off, Carbon Method, the guys that make the rust prevention, I guess it's ceramic coating for your stuff, they have come out with bench nuts. And of all things, this is another type of puck. You would call
Cookie.
cookie,
Yeah,
whatever,
a
to
lot of
raise your work above the bench. And but this one is supposed to be really nice and really interesting. And doesn't matter how dusty your bench is and stuff like that, it's supposed to have grip. It's some sort of special foam, so it's not,
it's a close cell foam. Think of it like a gym mat,
exactly,
but thicker.
You see how they're selling them, the unit?
Yeah, nut stacks.
They sell them in nut stacks.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Yes,
and inexpensive at that. For $25 for a set, like that's a great entry price. That's a great way to move it, and I guarantee they're profiting at $25.
Oh yeah,
Totally.
yeah. But it looks to be pretty good, and it looks to be a little bit thicker than most of them that are out there, at least from the pictures, which I think might be great for raising your seat blank off your bench top. So I'm definitely probably going to pick some of these up because mainly right now I use hockey pucks. And
Like legit, like real hockey pucks.
Yeah.
These should 100% have more grip.
Yeah. Well, I do have, a set of the Rockler bench cookies when they came out. It's everybody bought them.
Yeah.
But I've had the experience that, if it's dusty, those will slide around a little bit. So
Especially if they get paint on them. They lose
'cause
all grip.
yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
Speaking from experience.
Yeah.
Just a little. Yep.
So yeah, I'm definitely going to pick these up. At $25, it's not bad.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to give their coating a try too. So it might be a nice little add-on because I think their coatings are like $100 or something like that.
I'm just saying you might as well go for 2 nut stacks.
2 nuts?
Just
2 nut stacks.
go nut stacks.
Yeah.
It's less than half the price or less than double the price. So
Yes.
go for it.
Yeah.
But no, that's actually like a really cool idea. I mean, obviously you got a CNC, you can do this. Actually, but I don't know where they source that thick of foam. So that's their own deal. But it's a really nice little thing that probably needs to get wider spread because not many people are probably watching like a finish company or a protection company for things like this.
Yeah, I came across this. I forgot whose website it was, and I came across this and I went, holy crap, I didn't know anything about that. And who would think Carbon Method would come out with this? They're known for other stuff.
Yeah, their list of products are coatings, something called lightning lock, and bench nuts.
Nuts, yes.
So put that where you want. It's
obviously this is something they came across and went, we can make money with this.
Heck yeah. That's really cool. Everybody should get a pair.
Yeah.
Or a stack.
Yes. Yes. And next up, Lee Valley has a sharpening mat, which is this silicone mat that looks pretty nice for, containing the mess. And you can even use it for glue ups and stuff like that. It's supposed to lay flat and it has little holes at each of the 4 corners. So you could easily just hang this up on your wall, and the silicone easy to clean.
Yeah.
I assume it's heat resistant if you need that in your shop.
Like silicone is. Yeah.
Yeah. And all that kind of good stuff. And it's pretty reasonable. Right now it's being offered on sale, which will probably expire by the time this episode posts, but it's $19.50 right now, and it's going to go up to $25.50.
But even so, what's the dimension of it? That's the only thing I'm not kind of grabbing. It's 12 by 18. So and they kind of lose it by calling it a sharpening mat when they show a glue up, which is obviously not sharpening.
I think it can be used for all kinds of different stuff.
I could use this for cookies. Like it's a silicone mat.
Yeah. With that said, if you're ordering from Lee Valley, that is a fairly competitive price, especially with the holes on the stuff. But you can also find these types of mats cheaper on Amazon. But They don't have the convenient holes in them.
It doesn't say Lee Valley on them either.
And it doesn't say Lee Valley on it. So,
I use
Honestly, even for 25, it would be fine.
yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all.
yeah, like I use a boot tray for my sharpening stones, but I don't think you could probably get a good rubber boot tray cheaper than that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
No.
wider for sure,
Yep.
but
Yep. I have a shallow plastic tray with a like corrugated like shelf liner down in it. It's probably growing fungus at this point with the moisture that's down there. It's probably a terrible idea, but this would be a better option. Something with no corrugations. It's just a flat, smooth, but silicone surface that like resists stones moving around. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, the top of my sharpening station is the top of a dog grooming tray or dog grooming bench type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's rubbered and it's got, little lines in it and stuff like that. So, a dog can get some grip to it, which works pretty well, but this would probably work better. So,
Yeah, for
anyway.
sure. Small price point, get yourself one.
Yeah, not bad. Anyway, with that, let's move on to our patron shout-outs. Who do we have to think of this week?
Yep, we like to give our shout-outs to our Patreon supporters. Today we're giving that particular shout-out to SP, which is not just my first and second initial. It's someone going by SP. So thank you, SP, for supporting us. And if you would like to join this individual, you can do the same thing by going to patreon.com/MWA podcast.
Yes, thanks so much. Let's move on to the 5 questions. So, Andy, what tools are you considering adding to your shop? You may have already considered this in the last few weeks, but anyway.
It's funny when you're not considering it and then you have to go to considering it really quickly.
Yep.
I need like another drill. Like it's a lot of little things, I'd like to invest in a Tormek, but that's probably been backburnered. So what I'm thinking about doing is getting a CBN wheel that'll fit a Tormek and rigging it onto my old Grizzly wet grinder and then just using that as a stopgap. But that means I have to buy a new shaft for the Grizzly and turn it down to 12 millimeters or whichever one is 12. I think the Tormek was 12 millimeters. So it's a whole thing. As with everything.
Well, I know Wood Turning Wonders. They carry the Rikon version of the Tormek, and I think it takes the same arm and everything else. And I think that thing goes for it's like $129 or something. It's fairly inexpensive.
Yeah, I mean the big investment is the wheel for me, and I want to eventually upgrade to a Tormek. So I was hoping it would give me the option to just get the bare tool someday down the road.
Yeah. So
and the shaft for the Grizzly is like less than the shipping. It's nothing.
So is Tormek selling CBN wheels now? I know they were doing diamonds.
I'm not really sure.
Okay.
It's a diamond wheel they do.
But they do a diamond wheel. Okay.
I've got some research to do.
Yeah, that sounds like it for sure.
Yeah, because Woodturners Wonders, that's where I got all my CBN stuff from. So I think they're kind of the place to go. And and Andy, it wouldn't be Woodturners Wonders who, I'd give them a call and talk to them too, and they might be able to fit you with a bushing or something like that to adapt one of their wheels to what you have if they can't do it natively.
Right. Yeah, that's a possibility too. The problem is the Grizzly is bigger than the Tormek.
Yeah.
If I was going the other way, it would work.
Yeah.
But again, I've got a bunch of research to do. I'll figure it out in my spare time.
So, dear listener, if you've done that,
yeah,
reach out to
share your
Andy.
experience, please. All right, then on to the next. Are there any changes you would like to make to your shop space or workflow? Or that's kind of a tongue-in-cheek question because, hey, you just moved into a shop. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah. Still trying to figure out how to utilize the space best. There's a whole section with no tools where there's chairs and books, and it's just a nice place to be. It's 2 stories. But in terms of like workflow, I've got to design and kind of construct my own kind of workspace in the corner. Right now, I'm just working on and working off of like student-sized benches. So yeah, there's definitely some jiggering to do. I don't know what the word is, but getting things kind of working the best. I got to figure out how to like fit for shaving horses in here and where to put the benches and like try to worry about the floor. Right now I've got like an outdoor rug down, which is actually kind of nice to work on. So a lot's to figure out. It's going to change every week for the next year anyways.
Yeah, yeah. Who is it? Is it Buccido, if I'm pronouncing that right, that has the, carpeted workshop,
Oh, I don't
He
Sean?
know.
did. Yeah. Dave Pacciuto.
Dave? Yeah, I think he
Yeah,
does. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So his whole shop is carpeted.
Nice.
That's crazy to me.
And it's not where he does metal work though. So
Yeah,
you got to
yeah.
consider that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyway, but that's pretty cool. So I should have asked this on another episode. So tell us about the second story. So how much usable square footage do you have up there?
So there's like a loft that's open to this space down here. That's looks like it's 8 by 20. And then there's like a L-shaped staircase with a landing that comes down. And then if you go over one more bent in the timber frame, there's like a 2 bent wide room that's carpeted and skylights and stuff in there. Right now it's just mostly storage, and I've got some chairs up there that are like need to be completed or need to be prepped for paint and painted. So yeah, still figuring it out. I mean, that might turn into a little bit of an office space at some point.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
I've always just tucked in a corner of a room at home, but it'd be nice to
Yeah.
have just everything here.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So our third question, is there a technique you would like to learn or a class you would like to take?
That's a great question. As relates to chair making, I mean, I would always love to improve my turning. That's just sort of a constant thing, and it's like really easy to fall out of practice for me. Like if there's any kind of break, and like if I don't have baluster turnings to make for any multiple month amount of time, it's always a little funny to get back into it. It takes me a leg or two to feel like I've got the flow. And then other techniques, I would love to take a class on like heat treating metal. I'd love to be able to make my own small batch tools. I would, spoon carving tools or travisher blades so that I could have like a range of radii. I think that would be pretty handy. And I know it's not complex. It's just a matter of, it's one of those things where I would rather have somebody walk me through it than to set myself on fire.
Fair point. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, I don't know. There's all kinds of crafts I'd love to get into. My ADD brain is like, yes, I can be a basket maker. I'm not. It's actually it's great to be refocused on my main focus these days. I'm like, this is like, I'm at a high point of my life. I can't really explain it any better. Things are great.
Yeah.
Very
It's easy to get off track though.
It can be. It's not as easy as it used to be, which is a good thing.
So what are your favorite types of woods to work with?
It depends on what I'm doing, of course. I mean, if I'm doing some kind of like box making project or something at the table saw, like I like using cherry. It works easily. It's really pretty. It smells good. For chairs, I mean, it's always probably going to be white oak, although it's rare that I have a log that's like an excellent specimen. So I end up with a lot of red oak, which is just it's a workhorse for me. It's usually pretty predictable.
Yeah.
All right. So our final question is, what is your current go-to finish?
I've been using the same finish for years. I use milk from the Real Milk Paint Company, which is now RMP Finishes, which I keep forgetting. And then on top of that, it's been a homespun blend of a tung oil, a citrus solvent usually, and a spar varnish. Very basic. But you can kind of tweak it if you need more open time or more luster, more sheen.
Nice, nice. Yeah, that's similar to this finish our sponsor uses. Sutherland Wells, they have their tung oil finish with the citrus solvent and all that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and
Pretty cool stuff.
I've been getting a half and half citrus solvent from Real Milk Paint Company because it just makes it easier to have fewer ingredients. And then I've got a jug of pure tung oil that if I feel like I need to add a dab to it, I can.
Yep, yeah. I think I got that same jug in my finishing cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
With that, Andy, where can folks find you on the interwebs?
www.andrewjack.net. And then Instagram is at AndrewJackChairs, and Facebook also has a page, Andrew Jack Chairs.
Well, fantastic. Well, Andy, it has been absolutely a pleasure to have you back on the show. And we need to have you back in another couple of years after you've, grown into your space, so to speak.
Yeah. I'm gonna fill it like a gas. I always do.
That's right.
Very well.
Just whatever container I'm given, I just become
Yeah.
that space.
That's a great statement. I've never really heard that. I'm gonna fill it like a gas. That's fantastic.
And that just about wraps it up for this show. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the show on the podcatcher of your choice. Just search for the Modern Woodworkers Association. And while you're there, please leave us a review. You can follow us on Instagram at MWA_podcast. And if you'd like to support the podcast, go over to patreon.com/MWA podcast. But the best thing you can do is tell a friend. Word of mouth goes a long way in sharing our discussion.